Hey everyone, my name is Anu, and I will teach you what mindfulness is and also a type of breathing technique that is called square breathing. And then we will do a book reading from a book called Finding Om. And today we also have Rashmi Bismark, who is the author of that book, and she is also a doctor. So I will let Rashmi talk a little bit about herself when we get to the book. But first, let's just start with what mindfulness is. Mindfulness is simply noticing what is happening right now and really taking notice of how your body feels and what you see, smell, and taste. Mindfulness is also noticing what your mind is doing right now. So, keeping mindfulness in mind, we are going to do a breathing practice. And it is my favorite breathing practice. It's called square breathing. And what I want you to do is just imagine there is a square. A square has all equal sides, right? It looks like that. And you literally, in this breathing technique, breathe in to the count of 4 through your nose. Hold your breath to the count of 4. So imagine it's that square that we are talking about. You breathe in to the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, breathe out through your mouth to the count of 4, and then hold to the count of 4. As simple as that. So the first thing I want you guys to do is just sit a little erect, be relaxed, and think about what we are doing. Just remove all the distractions that you might have. If you have a phone next to you, if you have a book next to you, just remove it for right now, because we'll be mindful. All right, so let's get into the practice. I want you to inhale slowly and deeply through your nose. And I will do the counting for you. So we'll do basically a practice run, and then we'll do the practice of square breathing 2 times. And I will switch to a square diagram that will really help you through this practice. So again, sit upright, relaxed. Your hands can be on your knees. Exhale, getting all the stale air out of your lungs. Be conscious and mindful of what you're doing. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose to the count of 4. Hold your breath here for another 4 counts. Exhale through your mouth for the same slow count of 4, letting in all the air out of your lungs as your abdomen sinks. Be conscious of what you are feeling, what is happening around you. Hold your breath for another slow 4 count before repeating the process. All right, so let's do this practice using a little diagram, which is really helpful. So I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen, Rashmi?
Yeah, we can.
And it's just the square screen, right?
Yep.
That you see? All right, perfect. So I'm going to use my bell, which you see right here, to cue in the first square breathing session. And then even for the second time we do it, I'll ring the bell so that you guys know. Think through the things that we did. So we were relaxed, we were sitting upright, our hands were on our knees, And this mindful breathing or square breathing will really help us get focused and calm. And that is really critical in this day and age, as we are at home without our friends, without our regular life, all over the world. So, let's try to kind of get into our element and try to do it every morning. So I just also want to credit this diagram is provided by Family Fusion. I just feel it really tells you about the technique very visually. And you can even draw this diagram in front of you, just a little square, or you can think of a square. Visualize a square that is in front of you. Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's inhale to the count of 4. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Let's pause for 2 seconds. So we will do it again. You'll hear the bell ring. And then when I say inhale, 3, 2, 1, that's when we start our square breathing. And follow the arrow. The arrows are in clockwise form. So let's just keep following that. So it's one more run of doing the square breathing. Let's sit relaxed but upright. Let's breathe in to our lungs, hold, breathe out, feel your belly, and then hold again. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. You can repeat this breathing technique. I personally repeat it 4 times every morning with my kids. So you can repeat it 4 times. I think since 4 is the number that we are using, let's try to just do it that way. And practice it with your family members, because everybody needs to spend some time being mindful. And I think this is one way of just having an anchor time in your day to do square breathing and just focusing on your breath. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen and I will turn us back to our guests. So Rashmi, I just want you to introduce yourself and your book and your 2 lovely daughters, and we can take it from there.
Sure. So hello, everybody. I'm Rashmi Bismark. And like Anu said, I'm actually a doctor and a mom. So I've got my 2 little girls here. This is my Anu, Ananya, and here's Priyanka. And both of them are featured in my new book that's coming out this May called Finding Om. So can you guess which one this is?
I can guess. Let's see who has curly hair.
This one.
Yes.
So this book, Finding Om, is actually based on our family, and it's my Anu's exploration of the mantra Om with my father. And the word for your mother's father, so your grandfather on your mom's side of the family, in the language where my family's from, is Appuppa, and the language is Malayalam, and it's from the state of Kerala, which is, Kerala is in a very the south coast of India. So It's Anu and her Appuppa. So I'll get right in started with reading the book. So Finding Om, again, the story is by me, Rashmi Bismark. I'm the author. And it's illustrated by Morgan Huff, who's done all these wonderful, beautiful illustrations in this book. All right, so we have Finding Om. And so, like I said, this story is about Ananya and my dad, Ananya's Appuppa. And this book is actually dedicated to my dad. So here's Anu, and she's coming upon her grandpa, and he's praying, and he's saying, what is he saying? Om. So there's a little author's note here. It says, "Dear readers, Om is just one example of the many mantras or focusing devices that can be used for calming and centering during meditation. So we just did a practice with an anchor of the breath. So like that, Om is another kind of anchor or a mantra that can be used during meditation. So we'll explore a little bit about Om and what Om means to Ananya in this book. Appuppa, Appuppa, called Anu. Why do you keep saying Do you have a question about something? Hello, my Anu, Appuppa chuckled. I'm not saying I'm saying Om. And when chanted slowly, it makes the sounds Om. There's Anu and Appuppa. I like saying it, Appuppa. Om, Om, Om. Anu felt the soft vibration of sounds fill her belly, chest, and head. It makes my body and my lips buzz. Om, sang Ananya as she danced around the room. Ah, buzzing. A very good observation, Appuppa said. Om is nature's very own vibration. It is the sound of the entire universe buzzing with life. That's what makes Om such a special mantra. What's a mantra? Anu asked. Well, mantra is an ancient Sanskrit word from India, Appuppa explained. Man means mind, and tra means instrument. A mantra is an instrument for the mind. Vibrations made by the sounds of a mantra are like music. The rhythm and song connect you to the mantra's meaning. Your mind, body, heart, and spirit all sing in harmony. Anu was curious. So Appuppa, if this mantra Om is really nature's vibration, does it actually connect me to the whole universe? You can see here what Anu's imagining herself doing right there. What a super question, Appuppa exclaimed. Shall we make this an experiment and see what happens? Anu nodded her head in excitement. Let's do it. Appuppa joined Anu in his home office. Okay, scientist Anu, let's put this all together. What do you think will happen when you chant Om? I'm not sure, answered Anu reluctantly. Well, what's your best guess? Asked Appuppa. And here they are in Appuppa's office. It's okay to not know all the answers, Appuppa said gently. It's an interesting feeling, isn't it? This feeling of not knowing. Do you have the courage to find some answers? Anu nodded. Stay curious and confident, Anu. Trust what you uncover, Appuppa continued. There are many ways to explore with Om. Pause to feel your body, breath, and mind. Allow the mantra Om to be held softly in your heart. Pay attention with kindness and care to everything that happens next. So over the next few days, Anu paused and remembered Om in her heart. So you can see Anu doing all sorts of things here. Here she is remembering her Appuppa. Here she is playing with Pri, and maybe they're singing Om out loud. Here she is laying in the grass and remembering Om in her heart. And there she is. What is she doing there? What's she doing there, Pri?
She's eating a sandwich.
She's eating her sandwich, and she hears the sound Om, nom, nom, Om. And there she is in her room. Most of the time, Anu's mind wandered. So here she is, her mind is wandering. So she's got some images floating around in her mind and some thoughts. Looks like she's daydreaming about some ice cream. Here she is, worrying about if her little sister's using her pencil case. Oh, and I don't know if you can see that. There's the toilet. She's thinking, I hope I remember to flush the toilet. Oops. But every time her focus drifted away from Om, Anu noticed. The mantra was like a natural reminder, a reminder she could gently bring attention back to sounds, sensations, and feelings right here with each Om. The more Anu allowed each Om to repeat, the more the thoughts in her mind slowed down. Though they never stopped, they didn't seem to grab her attention in the same way. So here's Anu's train full of thoughts that just keeps chugging along. And here's Anu. Anu's body was soft and still. Her heart felt safe and calm. Her mind was clear. Her spirit felt free. Her whole self felt focused on just feeling and being with Om. And here you see a little symbol in there, and that is the Sanskrit script for the sound Om. So as Anu sat in silence, a thought popped very vividly into her mind. Appuppa said, Om is nature's own vibration, the sound of the universe buzzing with life. If the whole world is already singing Om, maybe I don't have to always keep saying it. Maybe I can also listen. Listen with love to life's Om inside and all around me right now. Full of curiosity, Anu let the effort of her chanting go. Confident in the wisdom she uncovered, and still holding the spirit of Om softly in her heart, she paid attention with kindness and care to everything that happened next. First, she listened to the sounds coming and going all around her. Sounds kept moving, and Anu kept listening. So here you see Anu in her little nook, and her family's close by. What kind of sounds do you think she's hearing there? Next, she listened to her body. Was it still buzzing? Here's Anu and her little dog. Maybe you're noticing some things in your body right now. As a smile naturally settled upon her face, Anu observed that her thoughts were no longer scattered. She was simply noticing everything happening here all at once. Her heart felt light and open. She was happy, she was relaxed, and at the same time, she felt like she could do anything and everything. Anu's heart, body, mind, and spirit felt so full of peace, courage, creativity, and love. There she is with her grandpa outside. Appuppa was eager to hear everything Anu was learning with Om, and Anu was just as excited to tell him. Her heart felt full as she revealed all of her new discoveries. Appuppa smiled with pride. Simply being yourself, aware of life as it's happening, and experiencing a little something about what that means. This is meditation. I'm so happy you're enjoying it. Let's go share Om with your sister. And here they all are as a family practicing meditation together.
There, the little dog is meditating as well.
Yeah, there the little dog is meditating as well. What's the dog saying?
Oh.
And Pri, where are you here?
And
There she is with one eye open, right? So we've got a little glossary here, and I already told you in the beginning, Appuppa means grandfather in the language of Malayalam, where my family's from. And then here there's a definition again for mantra, which is a sound, word, or phrase that can be repeated to help train your attention. And then we see that syllable, Om, again, and this is the written script called Devanagari script for Sanskrit, and that's what Om looks like. And then there's a little definition for meditation here, but we've already been talking a little bit about it, so I'll leave this for you to discover on your own. So that was
beautiful. Can we see the cover of the book again, please?
Yeah.
So can you tell us where we can find this book and if it's available?
Absolutely. So right now the book is available for pre-order at my publisher's website, and the publisher is Mango and Marigold Press. And I'm sure Anu can share the website and the web page there. And the book will also be coming out in stores and all in May. It's available on Amazon and on Barnes and Noble as well. So lots of places to find.
Yeah. So I just have a few other questions.
Sure.
How did you think about writing this book, and what was the inspiration? And I think you alluded to it a little bit earlier on. So that's one of the questions I think most of our listeners would like to hear about. And then the second thing is, how do you do meditation with your girls, with your daughters at home? And is it Om meditation every time?
So those are really great questions. So what inspired me to write the book is actually, this wasn't the first book I wrote. I actually wrote a couple of others first.
7, wasn't it?
I wrote quite a few. I went on a writing spree, and they were all about different mantras that are there in the Sanskrit and different traditions from across South Asia. And I had written a little introduction for parents in that. And then as I was talking to my publisher, they were saying, oh, this introduction would be a nice book on its own. So then I was thinking, well, what might be the perfect first mantra to start off with, which is, of course, Om came to mind. And so that's where this whole book started. And the intention behind the book was to sort of portray or illustrate what meditation might look like for a child. And actually many of the descriptions are firsthand descriptions from both of my girls, actually. So Priyanka was like 5 or 6 when I was writing the book. And so actually she was my little helper, right? Every time I wrote it in the summer, and after we'd meditate, we'd talk a lot about what she was feeling, what she was noticing in her body and heart and mind, and same with Anu. And so that kind of added to the descriptions that were used.
That's beautiful. And what about, do you yourself practice mindfulness, and how often, and how do you engage your girls?
Yeah, great. So I myself grew up sort of practicing a little bit of meditation along with prayers growing up. And so with my girls, we sort of started integrating it into our daily schedule from when you guys were, as long as you can remember, I think probably was part of our daily routine, whether it was at morning or bedtime, using mantras at first to sort of help bring that remembrance and sort of to learn ideas around love and caring and connectedness. But we also do a lot of other practices, like simply, like the ones explored here with Anu, like listening to sounds or listening to our bodies. So we really kind of do a mix of stuff, but probably at the heart of it is our mantras. And the girls each have their own kind of favorite mantras that they're drawn to at different times as well. So our daily practice sort of shifts to meet our needs, I would say, depending on how we're feeling. And the time that we practice sometimes shifts depending on our schedules. Usually we do a little bit of something in the morning and something at bedtime also.
Can I ask the girls a question?
Sure.
So both Anu and Priya, like, how do you feel after you have meditated? You can just give one line or, one word. What is the feeling after mindfulness practice or meditation practice?
I feel more fresh and happy and more open.
Yeah. Priya?
I kind of feel like refreshed, like I've just taken a shower, kind of.
And yeah. And what else? You saying something else, Priya? So refreshed. And do you like to pray on your own or with your family? What is more optimal? Like, what do you enjoy doing more?
I usually like praying on my own.
Because somebody gets distracted by somebody else.
Yes, yes.
She's very distracting in my defense.
Yeah. And what are your favorite, yeah, Priya?
Do you like meditating by yourself or together?
I like meditating together.
Yeah.
And what are your favorite mantras?
My favorite is Gayatri Mantra.
Oh, my kid's favorite is also Gayatri Mantra. So we do 5-minute Gayatri Mantra, breathing in, breathing out every night.
That's great.
That's amazing. And what about you, Priya?
What's your favorite?
I think. Yeah, probably Gayatri.
Yeah. You also like Asatoma Satgamaya, right?
Like that.
Yeah. So there's one that goes Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So, Om was supposed to be, and I'm sure you guys know this, the first sound when the universe was formed. And Om is also supposed to bring, and you talked about it in your book, Rashmi, a complete harmony and balance in our body and the way we feel after we've chanted it a few times. Thank you so much, Rashmi, Anu, and Priya. This was amazing. So we will post it on our website. We'll post it on social media, and some of our partners and museums will also be hosting and posting this. We will also try to post an activity that kids can do. And, although we did square breathing in the beginning, you can also do Om practice. And basically, the way you can do it is you breathe into Om, hold to Om, breathe out to Om, and hold to Om, or simply breathe into Om and breathe out to Om. And try to breathe in for at least the count of 4, at least. So you can go to 5, 6, and you can build your stamina in breathing as time goes by. But thank you so much. This was amazing.
Yeah,
Namaste to all 3 of you. And
it was so nice to see you, Anu.
Same here. And we will do more of these sessions. So stay tuned, everyone.
Sounds great. It was nice to meet everybody.